Wesleyan, you get financial advice, of course, but it's financial advice with a bit of an edge to it. It's a step past the basics, because what Wesleyan do understand is your career paths, your profession, primarily and most importantly, the teacher's pension scheme itself, its nuances, its quirks, how it works. And then what we do is we're able to piece all of that together, you as the individual, you as a teacher, and then the financial side of things, put it all together and give you the correct advice in line with your profession and the scheme that you're in, to give you the right plan on how to retire, when it feels right, when it's maybe just a little bit too early. And it's all done with the profession in mind. Part of our specialism is we can deal with teachers at all levels. So the newly qualified teachers, your classroom teachers, senior leaders, right up to heads and principals. So really what we do is we're able to tailor our specialist advice to the needs of the clients. Now, a head teacher may have a tax scenario that needs bespoke looking at due to higher rate tax. So where we best advise there is how to use tax efficient pensions to both save tax, which is a key thing for a lot of people, but also then to use that saving to pad out your retirement plans and take those forward. For a classroom teacher, the need to retire early and the desire to retire early is becoming more and more common. The profession is becoming more stressful. No job, I think, gets any easier, but certainly in education, there is a stress level that is escalating. So where we can help, and I suppose this comes at any level, where we help a lot of clients is giving them the knowledge and the power to know that they can retire earlier than they thought. A lot of clients do come into this with some kind of trepidation. Oh goodness, the scheme has changed. I'm going to have to work now until I'm 68. That's not our goal here. We don't tell you when you will work to. What we try to do is work with when you wish to go. So if you want to retire early, we'll build the advice around that, set up a plan. And it isn't uncommon for us to say to a client, when you were planning on 65, you can actually go at 58 because you're better off than you thought. And again, we're coming at this from a very mindful place of your finances, but we come at it from the hard facts. Whereas a lot of teachers will have an emotional response to this, my income's going to drop in retirement. How will I survive? We're very often able to reverse that and say, yes, it's going to drop, but it's more than affordable and you can actually retire early. So if we're looking at our selling point, I suppose, and what in the specialism that we do, we will look at it and often give you an answer that is better than the one you thought you were going to get. So in an appointment with Wesleyan, I think sometimes the perception is you're just going to get financial advice. We're going to zone in on the scheme and we're going to tell you what your pension's going to be. That is possible, of course, but it's not actually financial advice. So what we have to do is take the scheme, put it at the heart of your finances, but then also circle around it, because largely a client will be best placed to retire when they've got no dependencies, no major expenses, no mortgage, and that kind of thing. So we have to investigate what surrounds the pension. It's certainly the heart of what we do, but it can't be the only thing that we talk about. So as we are starting to plan, we have to feel around when things do feel right, or as I said earlier, things could be maybe slightly too early. And to build the plan correctly, we need to know a lot about you. So with no obligation, of course, we do ask clients to prepare in advance. So it's almost like we become the teachers, you become the student. We ask you to do your homework, send us in some information. And that's two things: to find out enough about you to be able to advise, but also to prep for the meeting in advance so that we know enough about you before we start. Then we don't spend the meeting wasting time asking questions that you could have already answered. So in the preparation side of things, we are getting to build a picture before we start. It saves us time primarily, but it also makes the time that we've got more useful for you, because then we're starting to build the plan and take it forward rather than do the fact finding before the plan starts. So what you can expect is full range of advice in all aspects of your finances, but with the teacher's pension scheme at the heart of it, but we do need to look outside of that as well.